We say that God can he can change intrinsically.
That's crazy.
So do you believe your God is composite?
Oh my God. That doesn't imply. Wait, that doesn't imply onto composition, bro.
Bro, divine simplicity just means no composition. That's what it means, bro. You said you don't believe in that, so you believe your God's composite?
Divine simplicity is just going to be that God doesn't have like distinct real attributes. Okay?
He doesn't have... Wait. Bro, Dom, you can jump if you want to.
Yeah, wait. Do you want to talk about this or like no? Because that's like the stupidest thing.
Dude, and your God changing is crazy. So he could change like me and you, huh? He could walk, he could talk.
No, bro. When we say God changes,
but he can't be a man. Yeah, wait. God can't incarnate, but God can change. What the?
Bro, hell, yeah. Let me help you. So when we say God changes, the account of change is just going to be that you have like these two states of affairs that are numerically distinct, and this numerical distinction is going to be a biconditional that satisfies Leibniz's law. That's the first thing. The second thing is that we won't say the essential attribute. The second thing is going to be that the essential attributes don't undergo change. We'd say the volitional attributes are what undergo change.
Ah, nice. Okay. Can Allah love another without creation?
What is that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can he love another without creation? Oh, now you don't know what I'm saying. Can he love another without creation?
Yes, of course.
Excuse me?
Yeah, first of all, we can say that Allah loves himself. The second thing is that we don't affirm that Allah...
I said, can he love another without creation?
We don't believe that Allah begins to create.
I didn't ask that.
Nope.
I asked, can he love another without creation?
Yeah, we don't grant this something no creation. We would just say that Allah would love his creation. So we'd say that Allah...
So without creation, can he love another?
Is creation eternal?
No, creation not internal.
Okay.
The creation,
so without creation, can he love another?
Oh, wait. So can I clarify so you guys don't?
I just want I asked the question about 6 times already. Can Allah? It's just yes or no. You can expound if you want. Can Allah love another without creation?
Without creation?
My God, bro. Am I speaking Chinese or something?
Yes, Allah can love himself. I just said this, yeah? Yeah, Allah can love himself.
Yes, Allah can... All right, yes, I just want to make sure, confirm that you're confirming what I'm saying. Yes, Allah can love another without creation. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, Allah can love without creation, bro.
No. Can he love another without creation?
We don't grant no creation, bro.
Oh my God, bro. This dude is malfunctioning already. I'm so sorry, bro. I know I jumped in.
Bad, listen.
What do you mean you don't grant no creation?
This is so ridiculous.
Okay.
Creation, did creation always exist or not?
No, bro. Okay, this is the issue. Okay,
creation.
Nobody. Just to make it clear, I don't know. I don't know if you guys caught this, but he did say. Hold on.
Let me clarify.
Hold on. Just so you guys know, so everybody's clear. I don't know if I was the only one who heard this, but his stance is that God can love himself.
Yes,
that's what he said.
Yeah. No, we know that's usually the cop out they do with the love argument that I bring. But it doesn't explain. It doesn't explain that he is still dependent on loving on creation for loving another, which is another form of love.
Can I explain? Because I'm just going to show how you know nothing about opposition.
You still haven't answered the question, though.
I've answered the question like 3 times. Okay.
No. What was my question? Repeat back my question. Let's see if you know.
You're saying can Allah love another without creation? All right.
And what was your answer to that?
What's the answer?
That's a false dichotomy because we don't affirm no creation.
It's not even a dichotomy. He didn't present
Oh my God! Listen. Hey, listen. We don't affirm no creation.
That's not even dichotomous.
Wait,
he didn't present a two option.
So can I clarify?
He simply asked you, can Allah love another without creation? This is just a yes or no question.
Yeah, it's a false dilemma. Yeah, it's a false dilemma because we don't affirm there is no creation. We don't affirm that.
So creation is eternal.
Exactly. So
oh my God, bro! Let me clarify, bro.
All right, go ahead.
The genus. Okay, we'd affirm something called the social hawadith. Okay, which is that God's actions or Allah's actions go infinitely back into the past. Okay, now
this is gonna backfire.
We won't say.
Slep, real quick. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna mute up. but I'm just letting you know, and I'm letting the chat know, this is still going to backfire on you. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's see. Now please track, because I don't want to repeat myself, okay? Track. We'd say Allah's actions go infinitely back into the past, okay? Now, we won't say Allah at T1 is not doing something. For example, he's not creating. He goes from not creating at T1 to creating. We won't say that. We'd say Allah's always been creating, and his acts of creating. And his acts of creation, his acts go internally back into the past. It's an infinite, it's going to be like an infinite chain of events.
Okay, so do acts obligate an effect?
Yep. So Allah acting, there's going to be an effect that follows from that.
So it obligates it, right?
Yeah, there's gonna be something sufficient of that act.
The question is, does it obligate?
Yes.
But you're gonna have to ask this 7 more times, Dom, before he actually answers.
Got you. So since it obligates it,
takes a while to catch up.
since it obligates it, this act of creating, what is the effect of this act of creating?
What is the effect?
Yeah, what is the effect of this act of creating?
Yeah, something's instantiated, bro. Something's actualized from the effect. What follows from the effect? Something's instantiated from the effect.
Got you. And this is an eternal thing that's always happening, right?
The act of
always
creation is always happening. The creation itself is gonna be temporal, bro.
Again, that doesn't follow. Here's how. Because you said that here, look at you. You said that this act, it's always happening. We don't say that Allah began to create. However, you did say that this act obligates an effect. It obligates an effect of that act. So as long as this act is happening, the effect too is happening. Under this worldview, it concludes this absurd thing that creation or the effect of this act is eternal or always happening. You have eternal creation. Literally.
Nope. Yikes.
Okay. How do you not?
You did not track at all.
And Slep, you know,
I repeated what you said verbatim.
Yeah.
I
let me show you.
said verbatim.
Slep, hold on, because it seems like you're more interested in talking than you are. Is your position that you said that creation was going on for eternity? You said all the way back. You said negative infinity. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm saying God's action, when he acts, there is no set time where Allah begins to act.
Okay, because
But the creation itself is not going to be atemporal. God's acting goes infinitely back. There isn't a time.
So you're saying
where he
creation
begins to
happens.
act.
You're saying creation happens outside of time.
No, bro. The action, what's sufficient from Allah acting is going to be bound by time. The act itself is going to be bound by time, but God acting, him himself acting, is not going to be bound by time in the sense that he's going to be that his acts are infinitely back into the past. It does not mean that the acts themselves are going to be eternal. That doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does, because of what Dom said. You admitted that this obligates an effect, right?
Each action that Allah does,
his act of creating obligates an effect, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and the action of creating, you're saying, is eternal. Doesn't have a beginning, doesn't have an end. Correct?
Yeah, him acting, right?
So that would entail that creation also, since it's the effect of the act, doesn't have a beginning or an end either.
No, bro, that wouldn't follow because the action itself is going to be temporal. Wait. Do you but listen, watch this. Do you think an act can be atemporal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't even know anything about our position. We won't hold. Wait, have you ever read Ibn Taymiyyah about our position?
Yes, I know Ibn Taymiyyah holds to this, but you know what? That's why the Ash'aris were cooking him up, because he was called a heretic by them for this very position. But nonetheless, look. So creation is a temporal act. It's not an eternal act.
Yeah, that's fine.
Would you agree or disagree?
Yeah, creation itself.
That's the instantiation that you're talking about, right?
Yeah, the action, right? The creation itself is not eternal. God acting is eternal.
Right. Well, no. The acting of the creating is the instantiation, is it not?
The what?
Oh my God, bro.
He tells you to try.
When you create, okay, like when something gets created, is there an instantiation there?
Yeah, something follows from that.
The instantiation, right?
From the instantiation?
Yeah, there's something sufficient from that. Yes, bro.
Bro. The act of creating would be temporal, dude. That's my point. It's intrinsic to each other. Like the creation and the instantiation, they're together. They're one's not eternal and the other one is an instantiation. That wouldn't follow.
Wait. The acts themselves, which is going to be like, for example, if we'd say the creation itself is going to be an act, the act's going to be temporal, bro. I've said this 5 times. But Allah, when his actions, they go infinitely back into the past, all that means is that he doesn't begin to do something. Do you understand?
We heard you. The issue that you're not
infinite. You know there is no infinite. You know that there is nothing, no such thing as infinitely back into the past. If you go infinitely back into the past, then you do understand that the current day would never arrive, right? You do understand that.
Good. Yeah. I know. Yes, I know that. We reject infinite regression. Let me tell you.
Go ahead, Chris.
Listen,
go ahead.
Okay.
Hold on.
Chris,
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
This is suggesting that I would make a sandwich for lunch that would take eternity to make, but the sandwich would only be for my lunch, because creation is only for a short time. Like a person only lives for 100 years, but eternity takes eternity. So you're saying that Allah or God creates for eternity something that lasts lunchtime.
Yeah, we won't say that, because we won't say that, for example, the acts themselves, they're not going to be...
That's your position. That's what your position is.
I don't think he understands his
Okay,
position.
just wait. Oh my God, just wait. We don't affirm that type of infinite regression. The classical notion of an infinite regression would be that, like, take A, B, C. You'd have A, which is going to depend on B. B is going to depend on C, and it's going to go infinitely. It's going to go infinite both ways, right? Thus, if this is going to be the case, and they're going to be causally efficacious, they're going to depend on each other to exist. Of course, an infinite regression here would be impossible, because the issue with an infinite regression is the dependency. Now, we'd say, when we affirm that Allah's actions go infinitely back into the past, is that there's one common cause, which is going to be Allah. Thus, if this common cause, this state of dependency between all these acts is going to be Allah, then an infinite regression would be possible, because it's Allah that's instantiating these things, not themselves. That's the first thing. The second thing is, when I'm saying, which you guys are not tracking, when I'm saying that his actions go back into the past...
Hold on. You're the one who's not tracking. What you're doing, brother, is you're literally relabeling the regress, and you're not solving it. Just saying, because it's Allah, doesn't do anything. So you're the one that's not tracking. If Allah's shots up... If Allah's actions go back infinitely, right? I'm not interested in your rambling anymore, because you're using, again, another Muslim utilizing terminology that they don't understand, addressing concepts that they don't understand, okay? If your God's actions go back infinitely, then you still have an actual infinite sequence of dependent events. I know Bear went over this with you, right? And you try to go to you try to go to Ibn Taymiyyah, and again, that's another fallacy, because you guys like to go to Muslims and act like because another Muslim said it, it makes it true. I don't give a damn what Ibn Taymiyyah said, right? If we go to actual classical philosophers, right? If you go to people like Al-Ghazali and Thomas Aquinas, both of these people argued that essentially, shut your mouth. Okay, both of them argued that ordered series cannot be infinite, because the causal power has to be actualized here and now. Again, I know nobody explained that to you, right? It has to be now. It can't be stretched across an endless past. I don't know where you're getting this crap from, but I would give up the argument. You're not good at it. Even if you say that Allah, even if you say, I'm literally steel manning it while I'm rebuttaling your nonsense. Even if you say that Allah is the common cause, the question is whether those acts are temporally successive, brother. Okay, it doesn't, you just saying, but it's Allah, so it's okay. No, it doesn't work like that. You still have an infinite number of completed events, right? And even people like William Lane Craig argue that it's metaphysically impossible. So saying that Allah instantiates them doesn't remove the regress. It just shifts the description, which you're trying to do, because you know you can't properly, you cannot properly articulate your argument. I mean, I don't understand. Okay. You're coming in here and you are trying to tell people to track, but you're the one who doesn't. You're not even tracking your own argument.
Okay, you done?
Are you?
No, you're done. Okay.
No, are you done? Here. Done. Go back to the bleachers. All right. When you actually understand the argument that you're making, then you can request back up. because you got absolutely body slammed by Bear, Chris, and nobody, and you believe that repeating the same thing over and over is actually helping you out. Clown.
Holding a position of the eternally creating is just it's just another way of biting. It's just biting the bullet, bro.
Right.
It's tough. It's a tough position.
Now notice, Bear. He goes to Tamiya, right? But actual philosophers made it clear way before Tamiya that this infinite creation, that's not sustainable. And just saying, but it's Allah, so it's okay. That doesn't make any sense. You're just basically saying, well, we need to contradict your position. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that Allah is doing it. That way we can actually defeat philosophy and physics in order to make our claim, right? There's no such thing as a negative infinite. What? How do you go to negative infinity? If you guys do understand, and I am a math major, if you have a point, right? And that point is the present on a timeline, and you go back forever, if you're going back forever, guess what day never shows up? The one we're in right now. That's impossible. That doesn't even make that makes nobody in Bear and Marco. Do you guys see where I'm coming from?
No, but you know, this is Allah's metaphysics. You gotta think. You gotta believe in absurdities to believe in absurd religion.
You must. But here's the thing, guys. If you have it's very simple. If you have a line, right? If you have a line, and the line, the date, this is the past, and you're right here. If the past goes on forever, from a numerical standpoint, right? From a standpoint of temporal physics, the present day never arrives because you were moving in the wrong direction. What the hell are you talking about, bro? And then you're going to tell Bear and nobody that they're not tracking? Well, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
But the Father is eternally begetting the Son, right? That makes sense to you all.
Absolutely, Habibi.
Did we say that it was happening?
Anyways.
Did we say that it happens into the past? Did we say that it happens for negative infinity? Yeah, so
eternally means that. Yes, eternally means that.
Eternally means eternity. Eternity means forever.
Eternally means negative infinity.
When did we say that our God creates into negative infinity? When did we say that?
Eternity means negative infinity.
What?
If you have to redefine eternity, that's fine. We can get back. I can address the problem.
Oh, what the hell?
You can't address anything because you don't even know what the heck you're talking about. You made that clear the moment you opened your mouth.
So are you scared already before I even start speaking?
Bro, the only one scared of you is a 6-year-old girl. Do I look like I'm scared of you?
All right. No, I'm not a Muslim. Sorry, I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Christian because Quran calls Jesus a blessing.
Are you from Pakistan?
I'm not a Muslim.
I am here to solve the
Sorry,
problem.
I'm not a Christian.
I'm here to solve the problem.
I'm not a Christian because
can you
calls Jesus a blessing and I love Jesus Christ.
Are you a Muslim, brother? Are you a Muslim? Okay. So do you see that?
Yes.
Can you read? Are you not? I know your prophet was illiterate. Are you illiterate? Are you illiterate?
What the heck is the point here?
The point is I have a prompt, and if you read it, you would answer the question, right?
I'm answering it right now. You're interrupting me. You've interrupted me 3 times.
Yeah, well, that's a great thing about being the host of my own show, that I don't have to listen to stupid if I don't want to listen to stupid. That's what I love about going live. I don't have to listen to stupid.
Plug in your ears and don't listen to yourself.
So why are you Christian? Why aren't you Christian?
I'm not a Christian because Quran calls Jesus a blessing and I love Jesus Christ.
What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything?
What do you mean?
The Quran also makes it
irrelevant to you that Jesus is a blessing or not?
The Quran also makes it
wait, it's irrelevant to you?
Hey, shut the hell up, bro. I'm in the middle of a question. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? Do I look like I'm wearing a hijab?
No, you asked your question. I'm answering it.
Does the Quran say that Jesus was not... Shh, nobody's running, bro. I'm not a 6-year-old girl. Relax.
You are.
Does the Quran say that Jesus was crucified? Yes or no?
Quran says he was not crucified.
Great. So explain why your false book is contradicting human history.
It's a true book, and if the true book says something, the history must be wrong.
Okay, great. So then utilize.
So I didn't make this claim, right? You see how he's diverting from my claim?
No, I'm not diverting from your claim because you say you love Jesus Christ. So I'm asking why your book is telling a lie about something that was established centuries before your illiterate prophet was born.
That's got nothing to do with this, right? The point here is I love Jesus Christ.
You don't love Jesus Christ.
And Jesus Christ is a blessing in the Quran.
You don't even know who Jesus Christ is.
Jesus Christ is a blessing in the Quran, and you guys want to run from it. You guys call him cursed. A'udhu billah. Your book calls him cursed. Quran calls him a blessing. That's why I will follow the Quran, because I love Jesus Christ.
Can you tell me? Can you tell me what the verse actually says?
Sure. It says Jesus is being quoted here, and he says he has made me a blessing wherever I go, and bid me to establish prayer and give alms tax as long as I live.
Wow.
This is chapter 19, verse 31 in the Quran.
So where is it calling him a curse, you fool? I asked you for the one where it's calling him a curse.
That's Galatians 3:13.
Oh, yeah, I know you're a Muslim. You can't track. What verse are you talking about?
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He wants to run with everything. Galatians 3:13.
Their favorite words are run and bait.
Galatians 3:13, bro.
But you got to understand why he became that curse.
Well, he doesn't.
So he's a curse, right? And that I can't say.
And you don't understand that.
So here, let's go back.
I can't stomach that.
Let's go. I don't care what you can stomach. I can't stomach your prophet mounting an
So
9-year-old
that's why I'm
girl.
not a Christian.
I cannot stomach your prophet mounting a 9-year-old girl either. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I knew it was going
Exactly, yeah. So here's what I can't stomach. In Galatians 3, let's start from verse 8. And the scripture foreseeing that God would justify the heathen through faith, preached before the gospel unto Abraham, saying, in you shall all nations be blessed. I literally just obliterated his idiotic claim with one verse. So then they which be of faith are blessed with faithful Abraham. For as many as are the works of the law are under the curse. For it is written, cursed is everyone that continues not in all things which are written in the book of the law to do to them. Verse 11, but that no man is justified by the law in the sight of God, it is evident, for the just shall live by faith. And the law is not of faith, but the man does them shall live in them. Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is everyone that hangs on a tree. Verse 14, that the blessing of Abraham might come on the Gentiles through Jesus Christ, that we might receive the promise of spirit through faith. You see, guys, so once again, ladies and gentlemen, what has happened is that Muslims read things out of context. They ignore everything before. They ignore everything after.
Exactly.
They don't like the context of it because it obliterates their idiotic claim and says that he can't stomach it. And then left right away when I said, you know what I can't stomach? You thinking that a prophet would mount a 9-year-old girl. That's what I can't stomach. Oh, but then you left. I see. So you can't stomach that the perfect sinless God took an incarnate form, emptied himself of divinity, fulfilled over 300 prophecies, spilled his innocent blood for you and I, despite the fact that he knew the majority of us would reject him anyway, i.e. Islam, lie about him and pretend they love him more than us, despite the fact that they know nothing about him. And then try to use out of context verses to try to make it seem like he is not God. But here's the problem, Muslims. Jesus Christ is not going to cease to be God because an illiterate, caravan robbing, child abusing murderer stated over 6 centuries later that he wasn't. And if you have a problem with that, you see my face. Come and find me. And I'll tell you to your face. Come and find me. Because I know I've seen you guys looking at me. I've seen Muslims out there looking at me. I know that you guys are. Is that really him? I know that you do, and it's going to be happening more and more. So come, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. See if I don't repeat it right in your face. You have a problem with God being perfect? You have a problem with a God who actually loved you so much that he made a sacrifice for you? Show me in your false religion where your God made a sacrifice for you. Because in your book, your God only loves you if you love him.
Amen.
In your book, your God does not love you unconditionally the way that my God did, even though you didn't deserve it, even though I don't deserve it.
Right. True.
I mean,
all you did was just read, Brother Maverick.
That's all we do around here.
You just busted him out.
That's all we do. Listen, you tell me what you can't stomach about Jesus. I'll tell you what I can't stomach about Muhammad. We could do this all day, but I guarantee you my laundry list is infinitely longer than yours. Infinitely.
Come on.
Thy? Is that your name?
Yes.
You a Muslim?
Yes, how are you all today?
Good. How are you? Why aren't you a Christian, brother?
All right, so I'm not a Christian because you claim that God could empty his divinity and still be God at the same time, which is a logical contradiction.
Explain how.
Okay, so a variable, a subject, cannot have contradicting attributes like being dead and being alive at the same time,
Good.
or being eternal and being non-eternal at the same time.
Right.
That's a contradiction.
Having a dual nature does not make that a contradiction. Was Jesus dead and alive at the same time?
Okay, so where in the scripture
That's not what
does
brother. You don't divert off. I asked you a direct question. Okay.
Ask the question.
Track. Okay. Was Jesus dead and alive at the same time? And explain to us how his divine nature contradicted his human nature, please.
Yeah, the problem is you say that he has a divine and human nature when that's not in the text.
I know because I just said that. I asked you to explain how it is a contradiction for him to have a divine nature and a human nature simultaneously. Please explain that to us.
Okay, this is the issue with it. It's the fact that you get to seemingly like special plead when Jesus can have divine nature and when he can't. So allegedly,
can you explain what special pleading is?
About to say.
Please tell us what special pleading is. Because you didn't even use that properly. So you don't know what special pleading actually is and you're trying to use it. And we're expected to listen to your expertise on the hypostatic union. So please tell me what it is. Because I'm not in the mood today, bro. What is special pleading?
You know, if you don't want to continue the conversation with me because I don't know a term, you can drop me.
Then stop using it.
Why did you use the term?
Thank you.
You could explain it.
Thank you.
Why did you use the term, brother?
Nobody. I actually heard you salivating as soon as he said that.
I was sitting legit. I was
I'm thirsty.
I said, yo.
As a matter of fact, nobody, you are. I love your theology, brother. Nobody. Jiggy, you want to talk to the next guy?
What's up, brother, man?
What's up, man? You a Muslim, Jiggy?
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna talk to my boy. Nobody. Go ahead.
Wait, I want to talk to you, man.
Oh, you scared of me, dang. That's
well,
crazy.
I gotta
I'm
guess.
not scared of you, bro. I just have a question. I have a couple questions for him.
All right, well, then Dom will answer you. Go ahead.
No, it's regarding to you, brother.
I don't care what it's regarding to. You speak to Dom, or you can go ahead and find another life.
Okay, I'll answer the question, I guess. Why aren't I a Christian? Maybe because I don't feel like getting raped by my pastor, first of all. And maybe because I don't want to have a haircut like you either, bro. You look fucking special, Ed, bro. I'm not going to lie. You look fucking sped. Womp to that nigga's barber, bro. Who the fuck? This nigga, who's his haircut? Who's his barber? Fucking Stevie Wonder? Nigga was in a rush, huh?
This is Islam, y'all. The religion of peace.
This is Islam, y'all.
What a dummy.
You know, I find it interesting that so many homosexual Muslims are coming up onto my live and they're so concerned with my appearance, which I don't understand why.
Yo,
I mean, I understand that
they always
you guys
do the gay jokes.
always. And you know what's crazy is like, if you don't like my haircut, you don't have to worry about it because even though you're gay, I'm married anyway. So it doesn't matter to me what you think about my haircut, right? It doesn't matter to me that you have a prophet who was covered in semen constantly, as narrated by Aisha, and she had to constantly clean it off before he would go to prayer because he'd always come back covered in semen, right? So at the end of the day, if you are a homosexual and you're worried about my look, just don't. I know that you're a homosexual and it's clear, right? I know that you guys struggle with this. It's like Libiano. It's why he's always worried about King Sil's cheeks and Fearless Truth's cheeks because you guys are gay. And I understand you're struggling with that, but that's not my problem. Isa, you're live. Are you a Muslim?
Yeah.
All right, brother. Go ahead, Dom.
So basically, I'm going to be arguing that Jesus. I'm just going to use like Socratic method. So here, would you say that?
You use what?
What's up?
You said you're gonna use what?
Socratic method, basically asking questions till conclusion.
Bro, can you speak up?
Speak up, brother. We
Speak
can't
up, bro.
Oh,
Bro, you like hiding under your bed or something?
Whispering.
Oh, my bad. It's just night right now, so. Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is that, would you say that if like a hypostasis gains a new nature and everything true of that nature is predicated onto the hypostasis, that there's gonna be some type of intrinsic change?
No, because nothing's changing to the naked hypostasis.
So anything, let's say I gain like a accidental property, that's not going to be intrinsic change.
I just told you no, because nothing's changing to the naked hypostasis. For example, if you put on a jacket, does something change about your human nature or the instantiation that you of that human nature?
Here. Listen, if I were to say,
can you answer that question?
You see?
Yeah, because
Listen, buddy. Hey, listen, guy.
Dom asked him one question. Here. Listen, bro.
Hey, buddy, calm down. Calm down. Don't say words I don't understand. Don't say things I can't refute. Right. Please.
Dom asked you one question. See, here's the difference. Isa, hold on, slow down. You came in and you established a position you clearly don't understand because Dom asked you one question and you immediately gish galloped. That's pathetic,
I'm
bro.
saying that, and
Hold on, Isa. Hold on. Dom, can you ask him the question again? And I want to see what he says, please.
Yeah, so if you assume a hydrophobic jacket to yourself and you can now repel water, you, the person, can now repel water via that hydrophobic jacket, did anything about your human nature or the instantiation of your human nature change?
Yeah, again, I would say that that's not going to be equivalent.
Is this a yes or no question, bro?
I'm going to say no to that because that's not going to be equivalent to intrinsic change. Let me rebuttal. Let me expand. So I manifest.
Right. So just like
dude, yeah, so just cover so we can hear you.
So just
you guys are already moving.
So just like nothing changes.
When you talk over people, when you're talking over people, Isa, he asked you a yes or no question, and you started to pontificate, brother. You're not gonna last long here if you're gonna do that. Dom, I'm about to make you a mod, so you handle him however you want. You want to boot him, you boot him whenever you want, bro.
All right, for sure.
Here. Let me rebuttal back, okay? So again, that wouldn't be equivalent to intrinsic change because intrinsic change by definition is just gonna be that some type of modification. You putting on a jacket is not gonna be anything because you're putting on a jacket.
You're presupposing that but you're presupposing that there was an intrinsic change that happened to the naked hypostasis, which is what I'm refuting. That's the whole point. So again, please answer the question. If you put on a hydrophobic jacket, meaning this is why it correlates to the analogies. Before you interrupt, I know. Hold on, it's crazy how I knew you about to interrupt before you interrupt.
Yeah, it's like 8 words in.
Just relax. Just relax. Just hold on. I know. Fight the urge. This example is correlative to the incarnation because from our theology, it's not as though God moved to the humanity, but he assumed humanity to himself. So, like you assume a jacket to yourself. This is just an analogy for you to grasp the concept. It's not a one-to-one, okay? Just like you assume the jacket to yourself, and now you, the hypostasis, can now repel water via the thing that you assumed to yourself. Nothing about you as a naked hypostasis and instantiation of human nature changed. This same thing applies to the principle of the incarnation with the naked hypostasis of the Logos. Nothing about the Logos intrinsically changes.
Here, if we were to say that there's going to be 2 modes of subsistences, right, when regarding Christ, right? And
Who said that? Who said it's 2 modes? Where are you getting that from? That it's 2 modes.
Yeah, because he can.
No,
also,
that's Nestorianism, sir.
Yeah, it's going to be qua humanity.
No. With that Nestorian, we don't hold that Christ is 2 modes of subsistences. That's 2 persons. We don't. That's Nestorianism. We don't hold to that. He's one.
I'm not referencing modalism. I'm saying that.
I didn't say modalism. I didn't say modalism. I said okay. So you don't know Christology. Let me help you out. Okay, mode of subsistence is just going to mean person. Okay, we hold that Christ is 1 mode of subsistence, but he subsists in 2 natures. This is called inhypostization. If you say that Christ is 2 modes of subsistence, that is Nestorianism.
Here, all I'm saying is that if Christ were to be like, let's say, human nature, right? And he's predicated, like he's getting predicated.
Bro, I can't even hear you, dude. I can't.
Do you do like ASMR on the side or something? Is that what you do?
Here, all we're saying is
he's reading the same thing over and over, bro.
He don't want his daddy to hear him talking to Christians.
Right. Hey, nobody. I can't add you right now, bro, because it said I can only add followers, so I wasn't able to add you. So.
Oh shoot, my bad. Let
No,
me
you
follow you.
good.
You probably okay. My
Man, he
bad.
called you out. He said you didn't follow me, bro. I ain't
Yeah.
nah, bro.
That's exactly what it
Hey,
said. I couldn't
Hey,
do
that was
nothing.
the most Christian way to do that, brother. Commend you, bro.
No problem.
My fault,
No,
man.
you're good.
I just followed you.
Thanks. Man.
Yeah, we can't hear you, brother. Can you just I don't know, can you just go to a room where you can talk, or
Yeah, it's just nighttime right now, so I can't really speak right loud.
are you gonna
here,
get beat
all I'm
if you
You need to
speak
call
louder?
back.
Are you gonna what's
Exactly.
going
No,
on?
the people in the chat are complaining they can't hear him.
Right.
Yeah, can you guys let me speak? Here, listen, if we were to say that Christ, let's say that he's not all-knowing when regarding to he doesn't know the hour, this is going to be that.
Well, first off, we don't say that. That's ignorite. That's ignorite heresy. We understand that Christ is all-knowing, even his divine, and even his human nature, due to the communicato idiomatum, the communication of idioms. So we don't say that.
Okay, so basically all I'm saying is that it wouldn't be equivalent. It wouldn't be equivalent. Yeah, can you guys let me speak here?
Go ahead, man.
It wouldn't be equivalent.
Isa,
to...
listen, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I didn't. First of all, I didn't realize I wasn't muted. But I just want you to know, I'm not even participating in the conversation. I'm doing stuff on the side, and I noticed that every time Dom asks you a question, you're literally just reading the same thing again. Like you're not offering a new argument, bro. Every time he moves on, you're not following. You're going back to the beginning, brother. We need you to engage with Dom. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm not trying to be mean. Do you understand the questions that Dom is asking you, or do you need him to simplify it for you?
Yeah, all I'm about to say is that it's not going to be equivalent for me putting on a jacket, because the jacket's, let's say you said water resistant, right? It's not going to be predicated onto the subject itself, yes, because it's not an eternal. Because it's not going to be a property. How is
okay. Let's test this. Let's test. Ready? When you put on your jacket, are you when you put on? Okay, let me say it this way. Let me say it slow. When you put on a hydrophobic jacket, or let's start this way. Hold on. Can you repel water without putting on a hydrophobic jacket? Like, does your skin naturally repel water, or does it absorb water?
That's gonna be because I put on the jacket. But
no. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm asking you. Listen to what I'm asking you. Before you put on a hydrophobic jacket, do you repel water or do you not repel water?
I repel water because of the jacket, but that's not.
No. Listen to what I'm asking you. Before you put on the jacket, do you, the person, repel water?
No, because I don't have the jacket on.
Right. Okay. Now, here's the next part. When you put on the hydrophobic jacket, do you, the person, repel water via the hydrophobic jacket?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so then I'm predicating hydrophobic properties to you, the person, via the jacket.
Yeah, so what is this jacket the property of? So, like, would we say that it's going to be in relative to my skin? Or would you say that
it's going to be in relation to your person, because you assumed it to your person? This is just from a linguistic standpoint. It's just an analogy to grasp the concept. You assume the jacket to yourself, the person.
Dude, I said that wouldn't be equivalent.
No, it is equivalent in principle, because I'm showing you that you're assuming something to yourself, and we are applying this thing, that the thing that you assumed can happen now to its properties to you, the person, because you, the person, are repelling the water via the jacket. It is quite literally analogous.
That's not gonna be a property of my subject. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if I gain a, so here, look, I can even show why I'm correct, because if I were to say that the next day I woke up with orange hair, this is gonna be an accidental property. So again, I'm going through intrinsic change from being modified.
Bro. Okay,
you're saying that jacket isn't equivalent. That makes no sense.
It is. It's an equivalent to what you're trying to object against. That there's no intrinsic change happening to you, though you assume something to yourself. That was your initial argument. That the incarnation is creating an intrinsic change to the naked hypostasis.
Okay. So would you say that the human nature is not going to be predicated onto Jesus, the subject?
I didn't say, bro. What the frick?
Yes, well, that's not going to be the same. You're
just like hydrophobic.
You already denied that the jacket.
Just like hydrophobic.
Last guy, you really denied that the jacket's not going to be predicated onto the subject.
just like hydrophobic repelling is going to be predicated onto you, the subject, via the object you assumed to yourself. If you can't track that, I don't know what else to tell you, sir. This is just basic.
Yeah, again, I denied this when I asked you before. Now you're retracting. Listen,
Nobody's
I asked you before.
retract anything. I'm saying the same thing over and over.
Here, listen. I literally asked you before, and you denied that this water is gonna be predicated onto my subject. You denied that.
I know. I said it is. What are you talking about? I said this. I said it is because the subject is you, the person.
Yeah, the subject is me, the person. But is that gonna be an accidental property? Is that gonna be intrinsic? Whatever, is that gonna be intrinsic to myself?
If you assume the jacket to yourself,
so is Jesus a predicate of human nature, right? Everything true of human nature.
I'm gonna have to drop you, dude. Like, flex. I'm trying to answer your question. If you assumed the hydrophobic jacket to yourself permanently, then hydrophobic repellation is going to be something now intrinsic to you.
Okay.
Bro, I swear on everything, dog. If you can't control yourself, I'm just gonna move on. Like, legit, one more time, last time. I'm a little more patient, but I'm in Lent, and so I'm not trying to crash out on you. Okay. So again, it will be intrinsic as far as it's an intrinsic property to, and can be predicated to you, the person. But it does not mean that the person, the naked you, the hypostasis, is having an intrinsic change. Okay?
Here, listen, again, you're just equivocating. Listen, when I say that again, you just retracted and did another analogy. You're saying that the jacket is gonna be predicated onto me, the subject. So now you literally just went back. So again, if I didn't have this accidental property before, then it would be intrinsic change, given the definition of intrinsic change being a modification, because I didn't have this before. Now there's a predicate predicated onto me, which is gonna be water resistance. Again, now I can follow with my argument saying that at T1, right, I did not have water resistance. Then I don't even know why I used the jacket analogy, to be honest. But if I were to get a predicate of water resistance, then I would be going through intrinsic change, meaning modification.
Yeah, no, I'm rejecting that. I'm rejecting that second premise because
what premise did I give? What premise did I give? What premise did I give?
I'm literally telling you.
Answering the question, bro. Chill.
Question 3 times in a row. I'm literally telling you.
In the chat.
I'm literally telling you. Like, what? Are you okay? Yeah. When you said undergoing or assuming going to T2 basically is providing an intrinsic change to you via you assuming it to yourself because you didn't have it before in T1. We reject that. We reject that in the case of the hypostasis of the word because the word is unmoved. Okay? So since the word is unmoved, when he assumes it to himself, nothing about the naked hypostasis is changing. Therefore, it's not an intrinsic change to the naked hypostasis. Now, just because the human nature has intrinsic properties that can be predicated to the person, it does not mean that the person in and of themselves, the naked hypostasis, has undergone any type of change. And this is why I use the analogy of you assuming the hydrophobic jacket to yourself. The hydrophobic repellation property can be assumed or predicated to you when you assume the jacket to yourself, but nothing about your humanity or the instantiation of your humanity has undergone any intrinsic change. That's the point. It's simple. I don't want to go back and forth with this again. This is very simple.
Here again, yeah, you're just using the same thing. So with this hyperbolic jacket, let's say this water resistant, would it be accidental?
Would be what?
Would this be an accidental property?
It would not be an accidental property of the jacket.
Oh, so it's essential. So I need this jacket to be human.
No, bro.
Do you even know what accidental and essential properties are?
Yes, accidents can be removed, it can be changed. Essential properties are what make the thing the thing. What makes a hydrophobic jacket hydrophobic is that it has the property of being hydrophobic. So it's essential to the jacket.
Yes, so would you say it's accidental?
I just said no, it's not accidental. All right, bro.
Okay, so it's necessary to have this. Okay, so it's necessary to have this then. It's necessary to have this water resistance.
The hydrophobic jacket.
Okay, so there's no world.
My goodness.
You just give me the definition.
The hydrophobic jacket has this essential property of hydrophobicness. Okay? When you put on the jacket, which would correlate to the nature of humanity there, these essential properties of the jacket can be predicated to you, the person, without changing you, the person, and your humanity. That doesn't mean you're undergoing an intrinsic change.
Exactly.
I bet you he still don't get it. Watch.
Here, when you're basically saying you said that there's gonna be no essential change because nothing is changing about your essence, right? Are you basically saying that there's gonna be nothing? But you're saying that it's just contradiction because you're saying that this water resistance is predicated onto my subject, yet there's gonna be no change. You're saying that, right? Now, let me tell you why that's not the case.
You're not. You didn't follow.
So you accept change. So you accept there's gonna be change right there.
No, there's another.
Okay, then why are you saying no? Then yes,
because when I said you didn't follow, that means you said a whole lot. You pinpointed something that you thought I was talking about, but I'm saying no to the other things that you're talking about. That's how conversations work. Okay, now watch again. All I'm saying, I'm gonna just keep it very simple for you, because if I say more than 20 words,
did I not steal anything? So
you know you didn't. I'm gonna show you how you didn't steal my conversation. Okay, I'm just gonna say it, repeat it one more time. I'm gonna say it very slowly and just simply. I'm just saying it simply. I'm not even gonna use a bunch of big words or a bunch of words like that. Okay, very simple. Assumption does not obligate intrinsic change. That's it. Did you track that? You can follow that?
Yeah, okay, so now I'm gonna be attacking that, saying that is this water resistance predicated onto my subject in being accidental? You said it's gonna be essential change. Yeah, listen again. You listen. So I thought you were
that wasn't him. I was saying thank you to my wife for the food. Relax, bro. Your nerves are so frayed. You're not even. No, Dom didn't even say anything. I literally said thank you, baby. You're like, listen to me, bro. I was just saying thank you to my wife. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, that was funny, dude.
Okay.
That was funny, dude. Yeah, give us practice. Okay, so if we're saying that this property is going to be predicated onto my subject and it's going to be accidental, yet there's going to be no.
Who said it's accidental?
So it's an essential change. So it's an essential change. So it's going to be
there's no change to the naked eye. But I'm moving on.
Is this property essential accidental?
Maybe make it simple for him.
What's going on? I'm moving on.
He's a jacket by definition.
He's not understanding that the jacket has the essential property, but this essential property of the jacket can predicate it to the person who's wearing the jacket. I did not say it's accidental. Play the clip back. I did not say it was accidental.
I know
what is going on.
I know for a fact you didn't say it. Let me read some super chats before we get on to the next guy, guys. Great job, Dom. What's up, brother?
I have to leave. Okay, God bless.
Thank you.
God bless nobody. Bear, Noel. And Maverick, God bless.
Thank you. God bless, brother. Kefa says, fuerte. Yeah, dude, nobody gave him a here. Do me a favor, grab this nobody right quick. Here. There you go. Take that back and smack him up right quick, because that was a good one. Fuerte from Kefa. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat from one of the legends, Grafted Apologetics, who says, anyone who applies infinite regress for Allah is actually arguing infinite reductions of attributes for Allah up until the present. This is clear. Amen. That's I was arguing the same thing, Grafted. Like, they don't even understand how idiotic arguing a negative infinite timeline is, and then just saying, but it does follow because it's Allah. No, that's not how that works, brother. Because if Allah was working towards negative infinity, then present day never arrives. This isn't even that difficult to understand, right? Grafted Apologetics again says, never go full Muslim or you end up making an argument against logic itself. Imagine your God is an infinite regression. Yeah, imagine. And also from Grafted says, did this Muslim just argue infinite regress? Yes, he did. Those are from a while ago, guys. And from Brother Israel Beto says, Shalom, Brother Maverick, panel mods in chat. Thank you, brother. God bless you. You guys are absolutely amazing, man. Huge apology, guys. Earlier, I was starting up something else and accidentally hit the end stream on the main stream. So thank you guys all so much for all coming back. I really appreciate it. That was a huge mistake on my side. I know, you lose viewers when stuff like that happens, but it is what it is. I trust God's plan, not my own, so I don't care. Bringing up the next guest, and thank you. We're caught up on super chats. Let's see, because nobody cooked that dude up good. Isa, stop requesting, bro. You're not tracking. Stop it. Don't turn into that jealous ex-girlfriend, brother. Don't do it. All right. Now, I'm going to go back to eating my tacos. If Bear or nobody ask a question, the Avalon, all I ask, or I'm sorry, the Valan, please just follow the conversation. Are you a Muslim, brother?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead, Bear or nobody, whoever you want. I'm going to eat these real quick.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum. So, Bear, I just have a few questions and I'm going to leave, okay?
You're gonna leave?
No, I just came up here to ask 3 questions.
We gotta jump you. Like, you think he gonna just say something different?
Bear loves the stupid quizzes. So whatever, bro. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I'm doing something, but I'll do the best I can. Either me or Don will answer it. What's up?
All right. So I just wanted to first ask, what does it mean for the persons of Trinity to have the same mind? What does that mean?
It means they share the same mind.
Yeah, what does that mean?
They have the same nature. They're the same being.
So sharing the same mind means having the same nature.
It means their faculty of intellect is numerically identical.
So having the same mind means sharing the same nature, right?
And since mind is a property of nature, yeah.
Okay. So my second question would be, what does it mean for God's essence to be particular, not universal?
We don't say that God's essence
is a particular or universal.
We don't believe either of those things. So I don't know what that would mean.
Did you think we believe God is a universal or particular?
Don't you believe that God's essence is particular?
No.
What the frick?
What the hell? Do you understand that his essence being in particular literally means he's created, dude?
So what do you believe God's essence to be?
It's a super essentiality. It's transcendent. You can't know the essence.
Alright, so is God's essence universal?
No, it's a super. Oh my goodness,
it's not universal, bro. Like we said that already. It's not universal or particular, bro. Like in order,
so
what is it?
It's super essentiality. It's beyond these things. It's transcendent. You can't know the essence of God. It's transcendent. Can a line know what a cube is? No, it's transcendent of it.
All right, these were my questions. Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, like, and look, no disrespect, bro, but like, did you even like look up to see like what we believe in, or did you just assume these things?
No, I was speaking to a Christian. He told me he believes God's essence is particular, not universal.
I'm sorry. Stuff for the law.
That's what the Christian said. I don't know, bro.
Okay, bro. Yeah, go talk to him then. I guess he fits the conversation more better than us. We don't hold to that. So, is your whole argument like based on the fact that because if you're bringing an argument that our God's incoherent because he's a particular, we all agree with you. Like we'll be on your side on that debate.
Yeah, I didn't even have an argument. Just wanted to understand. I assumed that you believe that he's particular because of that conversation, so I just came up to ask what that.
What's a particular to you? Maybe you don't like. Maybe what does that mean to you?
It's an essence which is not multiply instantiated.
You said, I'm sorry, what? An essence that's what?
An essence that is not multiply instantiated.
That's not multiply instantiated?
Yep.
An essence that's not multiple.
Yeah, I don't even know if we that's not even what we hold to be. Like a particular would be an instantiation of a universal.
Yeah.
Valan, what was the name of the Christian you talked to? What was the name of the Christian you talked to? What was his account?
No, just random dude.
So you don't know?
No one famous.
Okay.
This guy just running around asking people questions. Okay, bro. Yeah, that's not even like the definition of a particular, bro. So maybe use another term, or I don't know.
What would be the correct term though?
For what? I don't even know what you like. The essence that's not instantiated. Is that what you said? An essence is not instantiated?
He said not multiply instantiated.
Not multiply
So,
instantiated.
like, not universal. Like Allah is stuck in
So
heaven.
something that can't be duplicated? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so basically that. Yeah, basically
We
that.
believe
No,
God
no,
is omnipresent.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like that's the best I can explain it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's your
omnipresent,
position that you're trying to explain, bro. Like, what's your position
Brother,
on?
I didn't come here to have an argument with you. Like this is a debate panel, I know, but I'm just here to ask questions. I know.
No, I got you, bro. So, but I'm trying to help you. You're the one that said is, bringing up the particular. Your term of particular is not how we would hold it. So,
all right, can you give me the correct definition, man?
But I don't know what you're trying to communicate. Like, regardless of what we think a particular is, what are you trying to ask? Like, exactly.
Like, yeah. What I'm trying to ask is your definition of particular and universal.
And the definition of particular is an instantiation of a universal. A universal is going to be a genus or like a common thing to a creature.
It's gonna like he said, like a genus. I don't know if you know what that is, but I guess like to explain it like a concept within God's mind as to what something is.
Yeah, like a species, essentially.
All right, I'm just gonna see it.
Like, for example, Van, just assuming you're in good faith. Okay, so like a universal would be like, for example, like for humans, right? We have rationality and animality, right? Those are the two essential properties to be human. We have a rational soul, and we have like we have a human body. Okay, so those are any time a human is instantiated, each one of those beings that are instantiated in time have those essential properties, which is why we can identify it all being a human. And there's nothing that we can do to change that. That universal, it's a universal, so it's true across the board.
Okay.
Yeah. So then each one of those humans that are instantiated, those are particulars of that universal. Because you and I are not,
okay.
Even though we're both human and we both share the same essential properties as human, we're not the same because we have different minds, different wills, different locations, different size, all that stuff.
Okay,
man, can I have a question?
Hold on, bro. Relax, man. He's asking questions. You've been next.
So the human, for example, the human essence would be a universal, and then us humans would be particulars of that universal.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much.
Welcome, bro. God bless.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, I have a question. The question is, if you have 3 person in a god or whatever, you have one guy who committed suicide, he's dead. The second one is a Holy Spirit, which is redundant. I don't know what's the difference between Holy Spirit
redundant
and the God.
It's what? Redundant?
Yeah, like
what do you mean by that?
What is?
Why do you need Holy Spirit? Is it redundant?
Hi. Hold on a second. Let's go back to your first idiotic point because I you know what irritates me is when you guys try to make snide little comments and you try to slide it past like you know what you're talking about and you're not smart and you're not funny. So can you give me the definition of suicide?
Yeah, when somebody unalives himself.
Did Jesus unalive himself?
Yes.
Really? So
yeah.
He whipped himself. He put himself up on the cross, crucified himself. He stuck
knowingly
to his own side. No,
knowingly putting yourself in danger and unaliving yourself.
Knowingly fulfilling a prophecy and allowing something is not the same as committing suicide. You idiot. Because if somebody takes your life, that is a homicide. Willingly taking your own life is called a suicide.
He knew it and he wanted to do it.
Did he take his own life?
Yes.
He committed the act himself.
He could have saved his life.
Did he commit the act himself? Did he commit the act himself?
Knowingly, he knew what's going to happen, and he did.
I'm going to ask you one more time, then I'm going to boot you, and I'm going to make like 55 YouTube shorts out of your idiotic self.
Really? Why is it idiotic?
Knowingly, did he take his own life? Did Jesus' life, was it in his incarnate form, was it extinguished by his own hands, or did he allow the prophecy to be fulfilled?
Yeah, as a God, he knew everything, and he knew what was going to happen, and he did it.
I know that.
So then he committed suicide.
Did he take his own life? Did he take his own life?
Yeah, because he's God.
Wait, Maverick, before you drop him,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say if he saves a little girl from getting hit by a bus and the bus unalives him, did he commit suicide?
You know, when you ask him that, I've asked a Muslim that question before, and they said yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I asked that question. I asked if you're saving your own child from a moving car as a suicide. They say yeah. I don't know.
Then the next question is it wrong?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll bring him back up for you, Dom. Go ahead.
Why you run away from me, man? It's a logical argument.
Nobody ran from you. I'm not a 6-year-old girl. I don't run from Muslims.
Hi, logically, if you save your child from getting hit by a bus and the bus ends up hitting you, did you commit suicide?
No, because you're saving somebody's life.
Oh,
there it is.
Thank you. Then Jesus did not commit suicide. Then Jesus did not commit suicide.
Whose life did Jesus save? He died by himself.
He saves all of our spirits.
No, not mine. Sorry, I'm here.
What
the hell?
So he saved
the guy died on his own, and you're like, he died for me.
I'll answer you. I'll answer you. No problem. I'll answer you. He saves all of our lives those who accept him as Lord and Savior.
Mm-hmm.
That's your philosophy, bro.
That's the answer to the question.
That's your philosophy. You're not talking philosophy here.
It's not philosophy, it's theology.
Are you a Muslim, brother?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
Is suicide a sin?
Yes, great sin.
Doesn't your book say that Jesus was sinless?
No, it doesn't say that.
Actually, it does.
It actually does.
It says Jesus is like Adam. Adam committed sin. Jesus committed sin. And by the way, our Jesus, not your Jesus anyway.
Hold on. Shut up. You see what you just did? You're trying to make a distinction between two different people. Your book makes it clear that Jesus was pure, that he was free of sin. If you're saying that he committed suicide, you are now contradicting your own book, which makes it clear that Jesus had no sin. And we know he had no sin because in your book, in Surah 4:158, Jesus was ascended to heaven by Allah and spared death. He actually had more reverence for Isa than he did for your fake prophet. So if suicide is a sin, then how is Jesus sinful if your own Quran makes it clear that he was not a sinful person, that he committed no sin? And this is your paradigm that says that he sinned.
Yeah, it's amazing how you became believer in Isa all of a sudden. Because do you believe in Isa?
To your paradigm, I couldn't care less what your fake book says. I'm asking you.
Why you keep muting, man?
Because your voice irritates me. It's like nails on a chalkboard. It might as well be diarrhea coming out of your mouth because you're saying things that are actually contradictory to your own.
So do you believe in Isa now?
No,
Isa committed
not
sin.
yours.
Because you said he committed suicide.
Yes, Isa committed sin.
Isa committed sin where? Show me.
Yes.
Show me where.
It says because Allah calls him like Adam. Adam committed sin.
Where? Show me where.
Isa's example is like example of Adam.
Show
Both
me
committed sin.
where, you lying clown. Show me where.
I gave you a verse in the Quran.
Where? Which verse did you give me?
Inna mathala Isa indallahi kamathali Adam. Example of Isa is like example of Adam.
Okay, cool.
Both committed sin.
Let's look that up. Let's look it up and let's put it on screen.
And by the way, you don't even believe in Isa anyway. So what the hell?
We don't believe in your Isa.
So why are you bringing him?
Without death?
He's cleared from your nonsense.
Did Adam get taken up to heaven?
Yeah, Adam was a sinner.
Damn.
Did Adam get taken up to heaven without death?
I don't know what you're saying, brother.
Did Adam get taken up to heaven without
Check this out, y'all.
death?
Check this out, y'all. One search. Does Islam call Isa sinful? Can somebody read that for me, please?
What is it, Google?
Yeah, according to the Islamic Stack Exchange and answeringislam.org. Keep laughing because this is
my God.
According, you know what's funny? When you guys Google something, if I Google what Ibn Taymiyyah or Ibn Abbas says, you think that it's actually authoritative. When I'm bringing up something that's according to Islamic sources, now you're laughing about
Bro,
it.
what source is this? This is somebody's opinion.
According to the Islamic Stack Exchange, according to answeringislam.org.
I don't know what the hell it is.
I don't give a damn what you know what it is. Can somebody read
Exactly.
this right
Why don't you go to the verse in the Quran?
Can somebody
I
read
gave you
that
the
I
verse,
asked
bro.
for? And you didn't give it to me. What does that say right there, Sister Noel? What does that say about whether or not Islam calls Isa sinful?
Stop coping. Go to the verse. Allah calls Isa like Adam.
Nobody's talking to you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Brother Maverick, that's too small. I can't.
Plus, Isa's not Jesus anyway. I don't know why you're going
Okay,
there.
hi. The verse that you quoted from, I think
Does
that's
Isa
Ali Imran. Dude, just relax, dude.
Stop quoting.
Oh, God. the verse you quoted from
Jesus.
the verse you quoted from Surah Al Imran, or either that's Surah Al Nisa. When it says that he was made in the likeness of Adam, it doesn't mean that he was made in the likeness of Adam where sin is concerned. It means he was made in the likeness of Adam because they both don't have fathers. If you read the Tafsir for that verse,
He doesn't have a father? Who told you that?
okay.
Wait, Adam has a father?
Adam has a father.
Yeah, and so does Jesus has father.
Who's his father?
Like, bro, these people are literally insane, bro.
Ooh, who's his
Like-
father? Who's Adam's father? Hi, can you tell us who Adam's father is?
His father?
Yeah, who's his father?
Yes.
His father?
Yeah, who is it?
Adam is not the first person. I don't know why would you clown? What the hell?
Okay, who's his father then?
Adam wasn't created out of clay by Allah's hands.
No, Adam was created from Trab.
Who?
Okay.
Who is Adam's daddy then, bro? Like, tell us, please. I want to know.
Yeah, like, come on.
Who do you agree with?
What's the name of his dad? What's his name? Tell us, Hi.
Ubal.
High is low.
Bro, I'm telling you, Jesus has father too.
No, hold on. Hi.
What do you mean?
Which human being was the father of Adam?
Adam's father.
What's his name?
He's trolling y'all.
What's
He knows he's in a mess right now, so he's just gonna do everything.
What's Noah's father? Okay, what's Noah's father name?
These people are crazy, bro.
Methuselah.
So he knows and he asked us.
Noah's father's name is Methuselah. You don't know.
What's Adam's father's name, Hi? You're caught, bro. Like, go ahead, answer.
You clown. You think that Adam
The
doesn't have
problem
a
with
father?
these people, just be quiet, bro.
What's your father's name?
The problem with these people is that they don't read their sources. We have to read it for them and then teach them.
Can I give you the source? Can I give you the source?
Also, Hi, just be quiet for a second. Let me teach you something. The
You're gonna
reason
teach
why,
me?
and yes, I've been teaching you this whole time, and I've only been up here for 5 minutes. The reason why in your religion, Isa does not have any sin, why he's considered sinless, is also because in the Quran, in Surah Maryam, Isa is called Ghuliman Zakiyan, a pure boy. Who else in your religion was born
But you
a
don't
pure
believe
boy?
in Isa anyway. Hold on. So you don't believe in Isa?
Yes, I don't believe.
Okay, so
dude,
thank you.
dude,
Why are you
I don't-
bringing it? Why you talk
stop
about your
talking.
G?
Hi, stop, dude. I don't
Hold on,
believe
no,
in
no,
your.
no. Why are you running
I
to
don't
my
believe-
Isa? Isa is.
I don't believe
Yeah,
in your
Isa
fake
doesn't exist.
Fortnite Jesus.
So why are you running
but
to
you
him?
do. You do.
No.
Yeah.
That's why.
Look, my Isa didn't commit suicide. Your guy did.
Well, Isa don't exist, dude.
Okay, doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter.
We're talking about your guy, bro.
It
We're
doesn't
talking
matter.
Make it appear that Isa died on the cross.
If it's not the same God, then why? If it's not the same guy, then why did your false prophet go out of his way to tell people he wasn't crucified? If we're not talking about the same guy, you're such a clown.
you.
We're talking about Isa.
I don't even want to hear your answer because I know it's going to be stupid.
That's right, we are.
Okay, let's talk about your Jesus who committed suicide. Let's talk about him.
We're talking about the same guy. I just established to you that even
That's
Muhammad
not the
was talking
same
about
guy,
the same guy because he went out of his way to make a historical blunder and tell people that he wasn't crucified and made it appear that he was
Exactly.
crucified. And then Allah, through his infinite incompetence, accidentally created Christianity. Do you understand how incompetent not only your prophet but your God is? I'm sorry, you do know that your God is Satan. You do know that, right?
What? No, it's we don't worship Baal, neither we worship Yahweh.
No, you do. You're just too stupid to know it.
Bro, Yahweh and Baal.
You. Let me tell you something. The guy who smacked Muhammad around in the cave of Hira, that was not Gabriel, my friend.
Yahweh.
That was not Gabriel. Gabriel does not smack people around in caves. He doesn't press them until they can't bear it. And he definitely does not make them feel that they want to take their own lives when revelation takes too long to come to them.
Exactly.
Okay, so I don't know why you're running from the answer.
I'm not running from it. I'm explaining to you why we're showing
Why
you
Jesus
how
committed
incompetent
suicide.
your God is.
Why Jesus
and the only
committed
thing you can do is keep repeating the same fallacy. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, try to be patient with you. Nobody try to be patient with you. I try to be patient with you. You showed that you don't know what the definition of suicide is. You showed that you don't even know that Isa, according to Muhammad, was the same person referred to in Christianity, which is why he went out of his way to lie so much about him. He even got the things that Jesus said wrong when he said, I mean, you didn't have to leave, bro. He even got the things that he said wrong about Jesus when he claimed that Jesus supposedly said that not only was that he was to be worshipped, but that Jesus supposedly told people to worship his mother as well. Like, the amount of incompetence that is embedded in your religion is laughable. It's laughable, man. Like, really? Quran, you've been waiting for a while. You're over here on the YT side. Quran, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello, how are you guys?
What's up, man? Are you a Muslim?
Yeah, I'm Muslim.
Oh, man, I've been recording this too long. An hour and 20 minutes. All right, brother. The prompt is, I'm pretty sure you see it. We are on with Quran, who called into Video Ninja. Brother, why are you not a Christian?
Because, like the Trinity doesn't make any sense.
Well, what is nonsensical about it?
What's nonsensical? I mean, like the 3-in-1 concept.
The 3-in-1? Do Christians argue that it's 3-in-1?
I think so, right? Isn't that the argument?
No. We don't argue that there are 3 persons in one. We argue that there are 3 persons that share a divine essence. It's 2 different things.
Okay, but they're independent, right? They have their own.
They're distinct persons. Yes.
They have their own will.
No, they don't. No, they don't have their own will. No, they share.
They don't have their own will.
Their own will. If they had different wills, they wouldn't have the same divine essence.
Okay, I see.
Mm-hmm. Now, if it wouldn't make sense to you where we say this, I would invite you to show us where anywhere in our paradigm, anywhere in biblical history, any one of the persons of the Godhead committed an action that violated the will. And I hear you typing in the background, so if you're on ChatGPT, it's not going to help you. I'm telling you right now.
No. This is my notes. So, to be honest, I don't understand what the Trinity is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm writing what you
if it comes up, the only thing that it'll mention is Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, who was saying, not my will but yours be done, because the human flesh didn't want to be tortured to death.
Correct.
But you'll notice that even in that only example, he still submitted to the divine will.
Yeah.
So there is the one will that they know that they go with.
Yeah, even though the flesh was dreading the thought of crucifixion and didn't, obviously knew what was coming, and not even just the crucifixion, but the many things that were coming that he was going to endure, the adversities that he was going to be put through, the flogging. If you look at this historically, even there are many accounts that state that Jesus, before he even got to the cross, had been flogged to the point where his insides were actually exposed, because that's how much the Romans were actually hitting him with those whips. Now, if you're the kind of person that could know that that's coming and that doesn't cause you anguish, hey man, you're a better man than me. But this is exactly why that account is so important. Not because Jesus had a will that was contradicting of the Father, but because he was so powerful and perfect that he was able to make sure that his incarnate will still aligned with the Father.
Yep.
I see. So is he God all the time, or
yes,
all the time?
Yes, all the time.
So what about like when he says, he doesn't know the hour?
That's not talking about knowing it in a knowledge sense. That's talking about not revealing it, because Jesus, there were things that he decided not to reveal to the disciples because he just didn't feel that it was necessary for them to know. If you look at the original Greek, the word is oiden, and it means not to reveal. And even then, you couple it with Jewish tradition at the time, where major events were never to be revealed by the Son, but by the Father. So it was a role of authority, and it was him respecting Jewish tradition at the same time. So Jesus was smooth enough to make sure that when he said things, he was actually not only observing tradition, but also using words that made it clear that it's not that he didn't know, but he chose not to reveal, not from lack of knowledge, but from respect for the authority of the Father.
Okay, so we don't take it as what it says, right? Is that what you're saying? Even if it says he doesn't know.
No, that's not. When did I say we don't take it for what it says? I'm not a Muslim, brother. I don't look at things. We actually have lexicons, and we have early church fathers, we have manuscripts, and we have the Greek. And when you look at what the word oidein means in Greek, it means to reveal. So if you want to get smart mouth, I can do double standards with you all day, but you're not going to survive that conversation with me. So keep it respectful, or I will humiliate you, okay? Because I'm not in the mood today. So no, we don't ignore what we don't don't ignore what it means. We're looking at exactly what it means, and we can look at the original manuscripts, which we have, unlike you.
But even if you did stick to that standard,
yeah,
a God choosing not to know something, one thing, how would that make him not God? Like,
well, because God is all-knowing. That's
right, but God is also all-powerful, and you're suggesting that God can't set something aside, right? Cool. And this is not even the situation, but this is the silliness of this argument. You're saying, well, God is limited because he can't even choose not to know something. Right?
Okay.
It's a weak argument either way, but it doesn't fit with the words in Greek, which is where it was spoken. And even were it to be the case, it still doesn't help you because God is powerful enough not to know something. Just like I'm powerful enough not to know what my kid bought me with my credit card for my birthday.
Okay, so he chose not to reveal it. Okay. Let's go with that, because that's aligned with our faith also. When the companions asked our prophet, that might be the one thing that's not changed in the Bible, or at least one of the few things. So let's go with the next question.
So are you claiming? So are you now trying to claim biblical corruption?
I'm getting to that, yeah.
Okay, do me a favor. Show me the manuscript evidence of what was changed in the Bible. Show me when, how, and who changed it.
Like the Old Testament or like the Gospels?
It doesn't matter. Go ahead. I want you to be the first Muslim in history to show us that somebody got a hold of over 20,000 manuscripts and made changes to all of them without anybody noticing and changing our message. Go ahead. Because you thought you were slick with that comment, so now I'm going to slam you and I'm going to embarrass you in front of everybody. Give us the historical evidence. You made the positive claim, so now you're going to prove it. Okay? Show us when our message was changed. Go ahead.
I'll give you one example. All right.
No, brother. Here, track the conversation. Okay? I want you to listen to the words. Okay? Because I'm holding my spatula. Show me when the manuscripts were changed, either all or some, and show us the evidence that the manuscripts that we have for Old or New Testament were changed. Show me when and how. Because by the time of your false prophet, our manuscripts spanned from the edge of Europe to going into Asia, throughout the Middle East, all around Northern Africa and Southern Europe. So now, in order for it to be changed, like you said, which you thought you were slick with your little mouth, somebody would have to get a hold of all of those manuscripts and make the changes in Koine Greek, Latin, Coptic, and Aramaic, change all of those, make sure that the change was reflected across all of those languages, and make sure that these changes happened simultaneously without the custodian of said manuscripts noticing. Please show us when that took place.
I mean, they're like, okay, that's a long, it's a long question.
I know it's a long question, but you know why it's a long question? Because people with slick mouths like you make that assertion, you think you're getting it in there, and it boils my blood. Because you guys think that you're cute, you think that you're smart. Hold on, stop. No.
Okay,
now you lost the opportunity, okay? Because you're making smart ass comments, and now I'm showing people how to deal with a smart ass. So now I want you to go into the past and show us where our manuscripts were changed. Go ahead.
So that story about he who cast the first stone or something like that. That story about the
don't worry about don't worry about casting the first stone. Don't worry about what my Messiah said, because you don't believe in him as God anyway. Okay. So now again, I'm gonna ask you one more time, and then I'm gonna move on. Because as you can tell, I don't tolerate your crap. I'm not wearing a hijab. Look at me. Look at my face clearly, brother. I'm not wearing a hijab. So there's nothing about you that's going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to ask you one more damn time. You thought you had a slick mouth and claimed that it's one of the things about the Bible that hasn't been changed. So now you're circling because you know you're getting slammed. You're getting fucked in my face, boy. So I'm going to ask you one more time. Show me when our manuscripts were changed and how it was changed and who changed it and what was changed. Go ahead.
Okay, so how do you know something is not preserved? You find the original manuscripts, right? So
All
let's
right,
bring up the Codex Sinaiticus, which you discovered in 1844. And then obviously there's the verse of, let's look up the verse.
When was the Codex Sinaiticus? What were the first codex that we had? And do you know the difference between a codex and a manuscript?
No, what's the difference? Tell me.
The manuscripts are manuscripts. They're the individual accounts. The codices are when the manuscripts are compiled and put together. So I'm going to ask you one more time and track the question this time. Because in order, and first of all, if you think that there was only singular codices that existed when the manuscripts were compiled, you are again going full Muslim on me. Okay? I'm going to ask you again. When were the manuscripts changed? Because history already shows us that there are manuscripts that contradict each other in message. There are manuscripts that have textual variants as far as like spelling errors, but the textual variants that we have in no way change the message. And we know that because we have tens of thousands of manuscripts to compare. So the only way that the message could have been changed is if they were all changed simultaneously, over 20,000 simultaneously. I'm asking you to show us. I didn't ask you for your pseudo-intellectual history lesson. When were the manuscripts changed?
Again, we don't know. We just know they were changed, right? We can, and how we do that is we compare.
Have a good day. We don't know. We will make the assertion, but we don't know. We just know that they were. That's the equivalent of a 3-year-old argument, and I'm not interested in it. If you're going to make a claim about my Bible, you had better damned be ready to substantiate it. Nobody, you got anything to contribute to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think he was talking about the adulterous woman, scripture. And we have references, of like Syrian writers and other church fathers that talk about that before the Codex Sinaiticus. There's that. And yeah, I mean, it's extremely, not just, I did a study on this in my life. It is absolutely impossible for corruption of the manuscripts to have gone unnoticed, not just because of their not just because of their written preservation, but historically the Bible was liturgically preached, right? Like in the churches, the early churches, they sung the Bible. So if somebody came out of nowhere and just changed something, you think that nobody would notice off of 3 continents? Like, this is crazy.
And not only that, but like you said, you made a great point about the adulterous woman. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't consider it corruption if church fathers were already quoting that for the longest time. And so if they're already quoting it, obviously it was in our scriptures. Right? If there's already a reference to it, it already existed in our paradigm. That's not what I asked you. You said that things were changed, and these are and on top of that, Muslims, you know why you know about the certain additions, as you call them? Because we don't hide the things that we discover over time. We're transparent with our variances. We're transparent with the textual criticism. We don't try to hide it like you guys and then start telling a lie about like textual preservation or anything. But if you come in here, I know that a lot of streams guys will go ahead and just grant you the biblical corruption. No problem, because they don't have to get into it. But I like to. Because when somebody has a smart mouth like that, right? The first thing I do is I make them substantiate. You don't just get to come in here and say things like with your little smart mouth and then knowing full well you can't prove it. We don't know when. I heard him typing. He was Chris, how long did you hear in the background, right? And then said, damn.
Been a minute or so.
There's no evidence. So then says, well, we just know it was. I don't care what your sheikhs tell you. We just know. Oh, okay. How do you know Muhammad's a prophet? Because the Quran said so. How do you know the Quran's true? Because Muhammad said so. How do you know Muhammad's a prophet? Because the Quran said so. We do this all day.
How do you know Uthman didn't rewrite the Quran? Oh, wait. The hadiths say that he did. But we'll ignore that.
Hey, Bear, left quick. I didn't boot him. I don't know why he left.
You know what else is funny about the whole Codex Sinaiticus appeal is that they think that if it's not in the Codex, then therefore it can't be true.
Correct.
Right? So that means Genesis chapter 1 through chapter 21 can't be true.
Yeah.
Because that's not in the codex. It's like,
Amen. Nothing that they say can be substantiated. Musan, go ahead, brother. You're on stage. Why aren't you a Christian?
Okay. So the reason why I believe that Christianity is a false religion is because all the prophecies about Jesus are lies or just prophecies that doesn't. And I have proof for this. If we go to the Old Testament in Isaiah,
hold on, Musan, for a second, because first of all, you're gonna get spanked on that all day, okay? But even with that, right? By the time that your holy book was canonized, would Allah have known that those prophecies were lies? Would the prophecies about Jesus Christ, would your God have known at the time of the compilation of the Quran, when he's supposedly revealing these revelations through the demon to Muhammad, would he have known that these prophecies were lies? Yes or no?
Can I just prove my claim?
I didn't ask you to prove anything, brother, because you'd be the first one in history to actually do so, and I'm not interested in what you think you can prove about the prophecies. What I'm asking you is a very simple question according to your own paradigm. Would your God have known that these prophecies were false by the time the Quran was put together and canonized, yes or no?
Yes.
Then why in Surah Al-Ma'idah 548 does he continue to instruct Christians to follow the gospel if he knows that these prophecies are false and Christianity is false? Why?
Because if we read the verse, we'll see in the verse that Allah is saying that the Quran is the muhaimin, that means the guidance, which is
the protector and the guide, right?
Falsehood. It separates falsehood and truth from the Torah.
And it says that? Okay, cool. Let's go to it. Let's go to it. Because unfortunately for you, that's not what it says. But I know that you guys are taught to read your own meaning into this. And we have revealed to you, O Muhammad, the book in truth, confirming that which preceded it of the scripture and as a criterion over it. Now we know that it's not really criterion. We know that it's protector, but it's inconsequential. So judge between them by what Allah has revealed. Right? Judge between them by what Allah has revealed, and do not follow their inclinations away from what has come to you of the truth. To each of you, we prescribed a law and a method. Had Allah willed, he would have made you one nation united in religion. But he intended to test you in what he has given you. So race to all that is good. And it goes on and on. So, brother, let me ask you a question. Why are you lying about what this verse is actually saying?
Go to the tafsir and you see.
Brother, I don't. You can take your tafsir from 700 years later and shove it up your nose, brother. Because the tafsir is doing exactly what you're doing. It's reading its own meaning into the verse. I'm reading it according to what your top scholars have decided was a proper translation from Arabic into English, and I have more than one, as you can see. And even when you use Google Translate or another translation service, it says exactly the same thing. So your little nope means absolutely nothing to me because I can read. I'm a normal human being that knows what words mean, especially when they are utilized in the proper conjunction before and after one another. Okay? So my question to you is my question to you is why do you I don't give a damn about your Arabic, brother, because Arabic is not a special language.
So let me educate you now.
No, you're not going to educate anybody, brother, because I'm going to ask you one more time. Why are you lying about what it says?
So should I educate you? Now, I'm not lying. If I was lying...
I'm going to ask you one more time and then I'm going to move on, brother, because I have another guest anyway. Why are you lying about what it says? Because I read the verse in front of everybody. I had the screen share up, and it says that your God intended to keep us separated in religion. So what you just told my audience is that your God is so incompetent that he instructed Christians to continue to follow the religion of false prophecy according to you. You came in here and said, I can prove false prophecy. I said, great. So now what you're doing is you're showing us again that the Satan that you think is Allah actually is your God. You think that he is God, and you think that he told us 1400 years ago to continue to follow a religion of false prophecy. Here you go.
And could I add
Look,
something?
you're not funny, but let
Going
me
to the
just.
tafsirs is actually shirk.
Yep.
Because according to Surah 931, it is making partners with Allah because you're listening to another person, not your God.
Yep. So Musan, why are you lying about what it says, and why are you why are you blaspheming by lying about what the Quran says, and why are you committing shirk, bro? Go ahead, you gotta unmute your mic. Don't act like you don't know how, because that's shirk. As a matter of fact, your Quran says if they do not believe in this
Like for
revelation,
me as a Muslim,
if when they
if I read the Quran,
have you
the
read
way
the
I
verse?
should get the Quran is by reading
Musan, have
through.
you read the verse? Have you read the verse that Brother Chris is talking about, where it says that if they don't believe in this, if they do not believe in this revelation, then in what further narration will they believe?
Can I just answer the question? So, as a Muslim, we when we read the Quran, from what we have read and pondering upon the Quran, when we ponder upon the Quran, we will see, okay, this is what this thing means, this is what this thing means, and this is what this thing means.
Isn't the
But to
Quran
understand the Quran,
isn't
we
the
need to
Quran a clear
understand the Quran
explanation?
in the language,
Isn't the
in
Quran
the
a clear
language to
explanation of
fully
itself?
understand the Quran.
Musan,
To fully understand the
is the Quran a clear explanation of itself? Yes or no?
fully understand the Quran, we have to go to
Is the
the
Quran
origin.
a clear explanation of itself? Yes or no?
Of everything.
Isn't the Quran a clear
Many
explanation?
of us don't know.
Even if we're not talking about everything, because obviously the Quran's not talking about everything in the world, but is the Quran a clear explanation or detailed explanation of all things? If you want to encompass only the things in the Quran, sure. But if you're telling me now that you need tafsir to explain it, because now on top of that, so you are already exposed Allah as being incompetent. He has us following a religion of false prophecy. You're telling us that you need tafsir from centuries later to understand the Quran, that most people, early Muslims, didn't have anyway because they had no hadith, they had no tafsir. So now you need additional narrations to explain your Quran, even though the Quran says if they do not believe in this revelation, then what further narration would they need? You know what you are, bro? Listen, this song's about you, bro. Check it out.
Bro, that shirt and that shirt, that shirt, shirt and that shirt and that shirt, shirt and that shirt, and that shirt, that shirt, shirt and that shirt and that shirt, shirking to the left, shirking to the right, right. No one tell you all that shirking ain't right, right. Shirking all day and you be shirking at night, shirking till it hurt 'cause you be shirking it for life. Shirking that shirt and that shirt, shirt, shirking that shirt and that shirt, shirking that shirt and that shirt, shirt, shirking that shirt and that shirt. Daydream about your profit, that's a lazy shirt. You be staying up late at night, you think of new ways to shirt. You think Allah might have partners, that's a maybe shirt. Born apostate on the loose, that's a baby shirt. Shirkalicious, shirking while at work or doing dishes. Out shirking the shirt, you shirkers that ever did it. You be shirking the reasoning, surely a short circuit for certain. You chucking out the shirt like it's a shuriken, shirking forever with your buddies that shirk together. Shirking every day to prepare for that shirky weather. Shirk so clever, no one noticed. You's a shirk pretender, shirk offender, trying to shift the blame 'cause you a shirk vendor. Shirk dog, think about the words that you said, and don't you be looking at me all shirking your head. You need to repent. We don't just shirk and forget. You really shirk yourself now. Which shirk you regret? Shirking that shirt, that shirt, shirking that shirt, shirking that shirt, shirking that shirt, shirking that shirt, that shirt, shirking that shirt, shirking to the left, shirking to the right. Didn't no one tell you all that shirking ain't right. Shirking all day and you be shirking at night. Shirking till it hurt 'cause you be shirking it for life. Shirking that shirt, shirking that shirt, shirking that shirt. Bro, don't you know that all that shirk week? Y'all be shirking back to back. What is this shirk week? Shirk patrollers, y'all be sipping on the shirk cola, shirkaholics, causing a racket. Y'all shirk over on fire for that shirk. Check the shirk meter, it's shirk get 'em, buddy. You can't shirk it off ever. Your words plastic and verbally shirk-tastic. Word has it, you pulling shirks like a shirk magnet. Shirk it off at the party, call it Shirkapalooza. Shirk it like it's hot, might even shirk it with Buddha. Shirk Planet even found a way to shirk through computers, doing 88 in your week. Trying to shirk to the future. Oops, you shirked it again. Shirk with your friends, shirk when alone. You be shirking over the phone. Can't stop shirking, you know how deep the shirk can get. You built a house of shirk, bro, you the shirk attack, bro. That shirking that shirt, 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 shirking to the left, shirking to the right. Didn't no one tell you all the shirking ain't right. Shirking all day and you be shirking at night. Shirking till it hurt 'cause you be shirking it for life. Shirking that shirt, 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 shirking that shirt.
Whoo, boy, you shirking that shirt. You shirking that shirt. Musa, why are you shirking to the left and shirking
Okay.
to the right, bro?
Can I speak now?
Go ahead, man.
No way he waited until you was done doing all of that
No, I have
just to
to.
respond. He
I have
waited the
to.
whole time. He sat there and watched you act the absolute fool just so he can respond, bro. Oh my god,
Oh
bro.
wow, that was straight fire. There is undercover fame.
So if you go to,
Go ahead,
if
man.
you go to,
Y'all talk to this
if
dude.
you go to, if you go to, if you go to Isaiah 7 and 7:14, if you read what the verse has said, you get. If you read what the verse has said,
There'll be a
many Christians
child
believe this is
born
talking
of a
about
virgin.
very good.
He'll
And
be
now,
called
if
Emmanuel.
if we read it in Hebrew, those who understand Hebrew, that's the Jews, or people who have like good translations, you see that the word there doesn't mean virgin. The word means young woman.
Is a
And
young
if you
woman
go
a
to the
virgin?
next,
Except that the Hebrews disagreed because when they translated into Greek, they translated it young virgin.
very good. But why?
It means young woman. It implies who hasn't known a man, and it is translated by the Jews in about 200 to 300 BC as virgin.
Also in
Very
Jewish,
good.
and also
But
in
they
Jewish
are
thought, a young
implying,
one.
you get, even the guys that translated it were implying that okay, it normally means someone who isn't married. So if someone hasn't
The Jews
gotten
disagree
married,
with you.
they don't
The
expect that
Jews,
they expect that
much
person to
closer
be
to the
a
time,
virgin.
disagree with
But
you.
let me just tell you something. Let me tell you something. If we go to Proverbs, I think it was 30, but forgotten the verse, but in a verse in Proverbs, this same word was used to describe a woman who have known a man, comparing that woman to an
No,
adulterous
who
woman.
dresses like she
So
might know a man. It
it's actually
implies that she dresses like someone who might be a streetwalker. Yes.
no, not someone who dresses like someone. If you know the verse, you can open it and read it. Let's read it together. But we can leave
Well,
all that aside. If we go to the next two verses, we'll see
what's
who
your
he's
point
talking
here?
about. Very good. The point is that if we go to the next two verses, we'll see who is actually talking about. I have the verse open, I can read it. It says, by the time he learns to reject the bad and the good, for those who don't know, this is 7:15, and choose the good,
Okay.
people will be feeding on curds and honey. For before the lad, talking about the same child, knows to reject the bad and choose the good, the ground whose two kings you dread shall be abandoned. Now, from the context, what is Isaiah was talking to the king of Judah at that time, because there was a war going on between Israel,
Right.
Judah, and Syria. You get now the king.
Your hypothesis is that the miracle, the thing that would be assigned to them for the future, was that a lady of the night would have a baby.
No,
How is that
the
a sign
sign.
of anything to anyone?
Very good. Now, these people, the problem they were facing was this war. You get, so they needed a solution to this war. So God
How
sent
is
Isaiah
that a
to tell.
sign of anything?
Wait now, let me
anyone?
finish. Let me finish
No, no,
now. God sent
no.
Isaiah to the king. Let me finish. Let me prove my claim.
You first need to establish your statement, because you're saying this isn't about Jesus. Well, you're
It's
not
not
saying
about
that.
Jesus.
You're implying this isn't about Jesus. You're implying this isn't talking about a virgin birth. So I'm asking you, well, okay, how is a person getting pregnant a sign? Because people
Very
get
good.
pregnant.
And that's what I'm trying to explain. If you can give me the chance to explain. So
Well, if you'd
now,
explain that, that'd be great.
very good. So Isaiah now, God sent Isaiah to come and tell the king. So he was speaking to the king. Now God told him he will give him a sign when this war will end, and that's what 15 and 16 actually is. 15 and 16 is actually the sign. For before the
So
lad
think
knows to
about that for
reject
a
the
second,
bad
my
and choose
friend.
the good,
You
the ground whose.
literally
Can I
just
just
said,
finish? Can I
hey,
finish?
No, because you need to actually think about what you're saying. What you're saying
I've
is
thought
that the
about it.
sign. You're saying that the sign that the war was going to end is that a woman who has a partner had a child. That is not a sign, my friend. That is a daily occurrence. Then this child is described as being God with us. Why would a child that is born out of no extraordinary means whatsoever be a sign in the first place, let alone be considered God with us?
Now, God.
Can I don't know how to, but his understanding. Can I just break down his understanding of Isaiah 7?
Go ahead, Dom, because I got to shut it down in a second anyway. So please do.
Yes. So if you've ever read any like scholars on this, whether it be the Moody Handbook of Messianic Prophecies or
Very good. So if we go to
Musan, he was literally in the middle of a sentence, bro. Go ahead, Dom.
Yeah.
If you go to
Musan, he's literally talking, bro. Wait your turn. Go ahead.
Yeah, so if you read any scholars of this, right, Moody Handbook of Messianic Prophecies or Dr. Michael Brown on this understanding, he breaks down what this is and what this means, right? So if you look at the Hebrew, right, for verse 13 through 15, right? So King Ahaz refuses to offer God to offer for a miraculous sign. And so Isaiah stops addressing Ahaz. So in verse 13 through 15, the Hebrew pronouns shift to plural, right? And it's projected to the house of David.
Can you repeat any point that Dom just said to you? Can you still man his position at all?
Now he's saying that
You said no?
which is true, that when that before I think 14 he was talking, God, the sign was to the house of David, and it's true. But him saying that after 14 he shifts to talking about the son, Isaiah's son. That's just pure fabrication.
What
That's
did I say
Is he
indicates
talking
that
about?
shift?
Is he
Hold on.
talking about the
Hold on,
same
Musan,
person?
hold on. So now,
And
go ahead
if
now.
we go to Jew, and I'm talking
Musan, what did I say? What did I say indicates that shift? I said that.
If you read, if you think I'm lying, you can go to Jewish commentary.
What did I say?
What did Dom say? What did he say indicated the shift? What did he say indicated the shift? This is how we're going to see if you were listening or not. Go ahead, Musan. Now unmute your mic. What did he say indicated the shift? What?
It was after he was talking to the house of David, he shifted to a singular, or from plural to singular.
Now is this in verse 16 when it says you, is that singular?
Yeah.
Okay, now in verse when it says hear now you house of David, is that plural?
Yeah.
Okay, so then therefore now there's justification. What I'm saying is not nonsense. What I said is true. In the verse 13 through 15, he's talking to the house of David. In verse 16, he shifts back due to the singular second person pronoun of you back to King Ahaz. So it's a short-term prophecy talking about the boy there being his son, and we know this by verse 3 of Isaiah 7. Not Emmanuel spoken about not Emmanuel spoken about in 13 to 15.
Okay, let me answer you now. So if we read it, people who actually read, it might shift to Ahaz, the king, Ahaz, or whatever his name is, but it's still the same. It's still the same person. It did not just magically shift from talking about and if you read, like I'm reading a Jewish translation. In a Jewish translation, is behold. That means those two people knew who the person who was going to be pregnant was. It was someone who was in that room, according to many Jewish scholars.
Yes,
and according
the
to
person that was
Rashi,
in the room with Isaiah's son.
they believe. I'm talking about the woman who was supposed to get pregnant. According to Rashi, he believes that the woman.
Did you hear what he said? According to Rashi. According to Rashi.
The context, the only ones that went. Look, read verse 3 of chapter 7. Yahweh says to Isaiah, go out now to meet Ahaz, you and your son, Shir Jashub, at the end of the conduit of the upper pool to the highway of the fuller's field. It's only Isaiah, the little boy, or the baby, and Ahaz. Right? So it's Isaiah, his baby, and Ahaz. Those are the only people
in the context. There's no woman yet. That's that you haven't actually read the book of Isaiah.
No,
I know
he
this.
hasn't.
I know you
Yeah,
haven't.
he hasn't
You
read
actually
it.
haven't read chapter 7 at all. So you should know the context.
Right.
That's what's happening. Ahaz refuses to ask God for a sign. So since he refuses to ask God for a sign, the prophecy of Isaiah shifts from Ahaz to the house of David, right? Because Ahaz is refusing
Yep.
God, right?
Dang. Okay. So he's clearly not tracking, and I gotta clear this up anyway, guys. First of all, Alzi is sending me gifts that I didn't even know existed. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you, Marie V, Marcel. Thank you, guys. Hold on, let me bring this out. I'm gonna thank everybody. King, Lalaint, Mark, Mail, BB, Slim, Gone Fishing, Elena, Marla. 0510, Felician, Harrian, John, Kevin Ween, Sleepy, LOL, Called La Dueña, Fit, S. Jang, and Mark and Sam. Thank you guys so much. Also, we got some super chats to get through. Dom, he wasn't tracking anything you were saying, and bro tried to use Rashi. That's. Once he said Rashi, I'm like, yeah, bro. There's nothing that you obviously aren't listening, because you're going out of your way to go to people who are going to somewhat agree with your position to try to make your point, right? Do you guys think that Rashi is going to go out of his way to substantiate the prophecies fulfilled by Jesus Christ? I mean, come on, let's be real, man. You know, Word on Box says, sorry I'm late. Take it from my pay the amount of this super chat. That's okay. You don't even get that much. So I'm a Jew of Jews and I disagree with this thing. Amen. Thank you, brother Israel. And Israel is a Jew. Fuerte song and dance, please. Amen, brother. Yup, we got it. And even Bear said, you dance for 3 straight minutes and this dude waited the whole time. Chat, this guy is disingenuous. Fuerte. Yup, for sure. And thank you again, brother Israel. Guys, on TikTok, we're at 133,000 likes. You guys are goated, man. Chat, please don't forget to like the live. Yeah, guys, please make sure you're smashing that like button, tapping the screen. If things look a little bit lower, don't worry about it. It's because I accidentally ended it and started it again, so that's normal. You will lose viewership after that, so don't worry about that, guys. Remember, please, Saturday I will not be live. I will be at active shooter training, and you know, dealing with active shooters in schools. So I won't be here. And even though, guys, even if I were to get out, like let's say I got out by 1-2 o'clock, I'm gonna be exhausted. I definitely am not gonna come all the way home, put all my stuff away, sit down, and then argue with these dudes all day. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, Saturday we'll skip. But you know, it's all in God's hands. I'll schedule a video. It'll be a good video, and it'll just come out at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Guys, please show up for that. I'll set it as a premiere. And you know, that way we can at least stay active on the channel. Other than that, huge shout out to Noel, Bear, Dom, Amin stopped by for a second, Word Unboxed, Chris Oki. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart, man. You guys make it like, I just love it, man. We actually got 90 followers off this. And thank you so much for the money gun again, Aussie. Another one from Aussie. Straight up money gun, man. You are absolutely goated, man. Thank you so much, brother. God bless you guys. I'm gonna get to work because I'm gonna be there all night. If any of you guys go live, I'll try to stop in if I can, depending how busy it is. I may not talk much, but I will come through to hang out and show support. I love you guys all so much, man. Be safe, be good, be blessed, and you guys take care of yourself. Jesus is king.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
God bless,
Bye-bye.
man.
God
Bye,
bless,
everybody.
Thank you, guys.
God bless.
Thank you. Bye-bye.